Maharaj is saying that he was speaking yesterday, and then the same topic he was also discussing in the Natya Mandir. He was discussing the same topic in the evening also, in his evening class. So he is saying that everybody understood that or not. Whatever was related with his morning class and what he spoke in the evening, it is clear to everybody, or any question regarding that subject matter? Like he was speaking about this Brahmin, the one who is going to Vrindavan with elderly Brahman, and then over there they are taking a vow in front of Gopal. This young Brahmin, he was able to see the Lord in the deity, and directly he accepted that he is there, he will be witness, and he will be, if required, he will even give witness. And the son of old Brahmin, when he was saying that, yes, if you can bring that Gopal here and he gives his witness, then I will accept. There is no it's not that we will not accept. So even though he is also accepting in his words, but his acceptance of deities as able to give witness is not really accepting, whereas the Brahmin, younger one, he is fully convinced and he can relate to that. So Maharaj is saying that this point we were again discussing in the evening, is everything is clear about this matter or not? सारे लोगों का कहना है कि अधिकांश सब लोगों को क्लियर है कि आप सुबह वाले सब्जेक्ट मैटर के साथ में ही शाम को फिर से उसको सब्जेक्ट होने के कारण बोल दिया आपने।
और कोनो क्वेश्चन আছে না আমরাই বলবো কিছু?
अभी हम लोग जिन सारी चीज़ों को पहले दिन आपसे श्रवण करना प्रारंभ किया, उसमें एक शब्द की और अधिक जानकारी चाहिए, जिसका है कि हम भक्तों को, जो श्रेष्ठ भक्त लोग होते हैं, उनको भागवत कहते हैं या फिर महाभागवत कहते हैं, और उनको भगवान के नित्य सिद्ध परिकर कहते हैं। तो क्या ये सारे शब्द एक समान हैं या फिर इनमें अंतर है? पहली बात, भागवत शब्द का अर्थ, जो परम भागवत, महाभागवत, इनका अर्थ क्या है?
वो होता है उनका डिग्री अनुसार।
भागवत महाभागवत, ठीक है,
डिग्री अनुसार। इसलिए बोलता है ना, जैसे इसको चैतन्य चैतन्यमृत में 3 किस्म का बताया, भक्त सबको बोला, ठीक है। उसमें कनिष्ठ, मध्यम, उत्तम। ये कनिष्ठ भागवत, मध्यम भागवत, उत्तम भागवत, इसका 3 का क्या अंतर है? ये भगवान का पूजन श्रद्धा से करती है, मूर्ति लेकर खूब पूजा करती है, लेकिन भक्त पूजा नहीं कर सकती। साथ साथ अन्य देव देवी को भी नहीं करते। अगर देव देवी को करे तो वो कनिष्ठ भी नहीं, ये इसलिए एक कनिष्ठ भागवत। तो इसीलिए भागवत बोला। उसको विशेषण लगे दिया तो जो मध्यम में गया, उनमें 4 गुण देखा जाता है।
भागवत शब्द का अर्थ ही क्या है?
भागवत शब्द का अर्थ है जो भगवान का है।
जो भगवान का है वो उसका नाम है भागवत। हाँ। तो ऐसा व्यक्ति जिसको हम भक्त कह रहे हैं, हाँ, उसको भी भगवान ने अपना स्वीकार किया है, हाँ, इसलिए उसको भी भागवत कहते हैं।
सबको ही भागवत कहते हैं,
ठीक।
इसलिए एक कनिष्ठ होने से भी किस लिए स्वीकार किया ना, जहाँ कोमल श्रद्धा से कनिष्ठ जन क्रमे क्रमे त्यों भक्त वही भी उत्तम। जिसका ये जो कोमल श्रद्धा, जो से भगवान का मूर्ति को ही सेवा करते श्रद्धा के साथ। हाँ, लेकिन कोई देव देवी को नहीं करते। अगर देव देवी में करे वो भक्त हुआ नहीं। लेकिन इनको करते हैं, लेकिन भक्तों को नहीं कर पाते, उतना अधिकार आया नहीं। यह कनिष्ठ, ये कनिष्ठ ग्रेजुअली क्रमे क्रमे तेहो भक्त होइबे उत्तम। उत्तम फिर उसका उसमें द्वितीय स्टेप है मध्यम। मध्यम होने से क्या करेगा? ईश्वरी तद अधीनेषु बालिशेषु दिशत्सु प्रेमो मैत्री कृपोपेक्षा जो करोति सो मध्यम। मध्यम कौन है? ईश्वर में। ईश्वर में क्या करेगा? ईश्वर में प्रेम। उनका अधीन में, अधीन क्या? भक्तों। भक्तों में क्या करेगा? मैत्री, उनसे सुख करेगा, उनके संग करेगा। और जो किसको किसको कृपा करेंगे? बालिश को, अज्ञ को, इनका प्रति कृपा करेंगे। आज जो विद्वेषी है इसको क्या करेंगे? उपेक्षा, एवॉइड। तो एवॉइड भी कृपा, मैत्री भी कृपा, और उनको उपदेश देना भी कृपा। कृपा कैसे हो गया? सब कृपा। कारण क्या? इसको जो विद्वेषी है इनका उपेक्षा करना भी कृपा, जिसलिए एक अपराध बढ़ा के और अनंत काल नरक में नहीं जा सके, इसीलिए इनको एवॉइड करना। जो बालिश है, अज्ञ है, इसको समझाना। आज जो भक्त है इनको साथ मित्रता। मित्रता क्या होता है? मित्र किसको बोलते हैं? मित्र होता है जिनका क्रिया एक है। एको क्रियो भवेन मित्र। ये जैसे आचरण करेंगे मैं भी ऐसा करूँगा। एको क्रिया। ये जैसे भोजन करता है मैं भी ऐसे ही लेंगे। जैसे भगवान का प्रसाद लेते हैं, ये जैसे भगवान का त्रिसंध्या जप करता है मैं भी ऐसे ही करूँगा। ये जैसे सेवा करते हैं मैं भी ऐसा करूँगा। तभी तो मित्र से एक ही क्रिया सब होगा। और प्रेम किसको करेगा? भगवान में। भगवान का प्रेम, भगवान का प्रेम करने से सबका प्रेम होता है। इसलिए जैसे पेड़ का जड़ में पानी देने से सबको मिल जाता है, मिलता कि नहीं? सबको बोले तो उनका तना, उनका शाखा, उनका प्रशाखा, पत्ता, फल, फूल सबको मिलता है। इसमें आप एक भगवान का जो प्रेम करते हैं, भगवान में का प्रति जिनको ये रहता है, ये सबका होता है। इसलिए बोला उनमें प्रेम। तो भगवान का प्रेम एक करने के लिए कनिष्ठ अधिकारी में होगा नहीं, कर नहीं सकता। मध्यम अधिकारी हो तो एक कर सकता, नहीं तो नहीं कर सकता। इतना अधिकार उसको हुआ नहीं। भक्तों को मर्यादा देने को अधिकार नहीं हो सकता। ये कौन कर सकता है? जिनको अधिकार है। ऐसा मैंने देखा था, मधुसूदन महाराज का मठ में विग्रह प्रतिष्ठा हुआ। इस प्रतिष्ठा किया पूरी गोस्वामी महाराज ने, और उनका साथ, उनका हेल्प किया मैं, यज्ञादि मैं किया, और सब उनका जो साहाଯ୍य करना मैं किया। उस वक्त महाराज जी को देर लगता है, क्योंकि वयस का कारण और उनका निष्ठा है जैसे कोई सा चीज छूट ना जाए। इसलिए बार बार मुझे पूछते हैं, ये सब ये ठीक कर रहा हो तू? मतलब वो देखने पड़ता है, उम्र है। जैसे मैंने भी आजकल समझता हूँ, पहले तो नहीं समझते। सब लोग को तो सब एक से नहीं, उस लोग का हैबिट था, इसलिए युग में बड़ा जल्दी कर देता। किस लिए? इसको धारा मुझे मालूम है। जैसे षड गोस्वामी आया तो एक के बाद एक बोल के चल जाता। जैसे नवयोगेंद्र आया तो कवय स्वाहा हवय स्वा अंतरिक्ष स्वाहा, ऐसा बोल के फटाफट चल जाता। तो हमको देखना नहीं पड़ता, इसलिए हमको देर लगता नहीं। तो ऐसा ही जो नया नया करेगा वो उसको देखने पड़ता है, तो बीच में एक छूट ना जाए। और जब याद हो जाता है तो छूटता नहीं। इसलिए वो धारावाहिक आता है ना। तो श्लोक जैसा बोलते हैं कीर्तन, इसका बीच में नहीं छूट सकता। जब आप कीर्तन करोगे तब उसको मिलेगा नहीं। तो इसमें देर हुआ तो मधुसूदन महाराज रख करके सब वैष्णव को सेवा करते। बाहर में ठाकुर जी के तो भगवान प्रतिष्ठा होने का बाद एक होगा। तो इसीलिए ये हमारा मन में विकार नहीं है। इसमें इनका सेवा से ही भगवान का सेवा का अधिकार मिले, लेकिन सब कर सकते हैं। तो इसी में भी ये समझना भी मुश्किल है। समझने के लिए भी योग्यता चाहिए, कितना विश्वास है। ऐसे ही और भी देखा, जो प्रसाद पाने के लिए बैठा तब वो विचार नहीं किया कि ऐसा ये लेना, इसलिए वो वैष्णव ने दिया। लेकिन उन्होंने कभी भी ऐसा ये किया नहीं, वो ठाकुर जी का प्रसाद दे दिया। वो क्या समझता है, वो जो चावल है ये दो किस्म का होता है। तो वो वहाँ वो शैला को व्यवस्था किया, इन्होंने कभी लिया नहीं और मैं भी लिया नहीं। तो हम दोनों लास्ट में बैठा, तो जिसलिए वहाँ पूरी वो मुस्कार आया। तो बोलता है ऐसे ये वैष्णव घाट में आया, इसमें विचार नहीं है, भगवान से आया। तो ये विचार किसको आएगा? प्रभुपाद क्या बोला मालूम है? चैतन्य चैतन्य में तो बात उल्लेख करके द्वैते भद्रा भद्र ज्ञान सब मनोभ्रम, यही भालो, यही मंद, यही सब भ्रम। कब बोला? जब वहाँ
दही वाली कथा।
हाँ हाँ, तो वो फेंक दिया। कौन फेंक दिया? खरीदा एक, फेंक दिया एक। कौन फेंका? नैमी महाराज। तो बात होता है तो प्रभुपाद इतना ही बोला, कुछ बोला नहीं। ये द्वैते भद्रा भद्रज्ञा तो मन, यही भलो, यही मंद, यही सब भ्रम। जब भगवान के लिए आया। दूसरी बात है द्रव्य मूल्येन शुद्धते, समझा? मूल्यों से शुद्ध होता है। इसलिए पुणे में एक वहाँ एक किया। कैसे ना, वो जो लोग स्वामी महाराज के शिष्य बोल के परिचय देते हैं, बच्चा उसका जन्म ही हुआ नहीं उस वक्त, और स्वामी महाराज के शिष्य कैसे बना? तो इसीलिए मैं तो खाता नहीं मतलब हमारे तो अलग बनाते हैं सेवक। तो वो लोग लिया, बोलते थे ऐसे तो हम लोग लिया, तो चेक किया कि नहीं। मैंने बोला जब तुम्हारा मन में ऐसा डाउट आया तब तुमने वहाँ मूल्य दे देना, प्रणामी दे देना। तो प्रणामी दे के क्षेत्र ऐसा होता है बहुमूल्य अनुसिद्ध। तो इसी माफी अधिकार अनुसार विचार। इसलिए नारायण महाराज एक दफा बोला जब प्रसाद बांटा हाथ धोआ और बाद में हाथ धोआ नहीं, तो बोलते कैसे ना, जब समझा था जो बोला तब किया था। ऐसे ही अधिकार जो आता है तो सभी जस्टिफाइड होता है। जैसे गोपवा लोग और कृष्णों को बाहरी विचार से झूठा दिया, ठीक क्या? तो
ठीक है, उनके लिए सब ठीक है।
उनका वो अधिकार है, अधिकार में पहुंचा। किस लिए? वो प्रीति का स्टैंडर्ड वो टॉप में किया। प्रीति में यदि इसको ना दो तो ये उत्तम वस्तु से उनका सेवा से वंचित हो जाऊंगा, इस बुद्धि से दिया। और ये जो विधि मार्गों में है बत्तीस सेवा पर, इसमें क्या बोलते हैं? बाजार से कोई चीज लाकर अग्रभाग किसी को देकर भगवान में देने के लिए अपराध है। तो ये शास्त्र की बात, वो भी शास्त्र की बात, इसको जस्टिफिकेशन कैसे देखोगे?
अधिकार अनुसार।
इसीलिए कहते हैं महाजनो जियनो
गता
स्वपंथा। ऐसा देखा यहाँ
साधु वर्तम उसमें बताया ना 64 भक्ति के अंगों में भी एक जगह पर साधुओं के मार्ग का अनुगमन।
साधु मार्गानुगमनम। अभी देखो पूरी गोस्वामी महाराज यहाँ से गया सब दर्शन करने के लिए। मैंने माना किया ये महाराज जी ये लोग उनको जाना ठीक नहीं है, तो महाराज को इच्छा है एक दो बार दर्शन करके आ सके ना सके। कई साल से ऐसा ही बोल रहा था, ये हमारा तो आयु खत्म हो गया ज्योतिष के विचार अनुसार, इसलिए दूसरी बार आ सको ना सको। तो वो गया, लेकिन अनंत वासुदेव का दर्शन का मौका हुआ नहीं। उस देर इतना करेंगे महाराज वो जा करके नहीं आ सकते, इसीलिए यहाँ से कोई उन्होंने चौदह पानी भी ग्रहण किया नहीं, ये अनंत वासुदेव के दर्शन हुआ नहीं। यहाँ आकर के बोला ये जगन्नाथ का प्रसाद ला के दो, उसका बाद मैं पानी पिलाऊंगा। यहाँ से भेजा आदमी, मैं प्रसाद लाया। तो हमारा तो चौमासा चल रहा था और जगन्नाथ का प्रसाद में बैगन वगैरह है। उन्होंने विचार किया किस लिए? एक प्रसाद है, प्रसाद है। इसी में भी ये जो ये था बड़ा विद्वान, उनका नाम था बंकिम पंडा, बाद में भक्ति दर्शन आचार्य महाराज था।
भक्ति दर्शन ना भक्ति देशिक
ना, भक्ति दर्शन। आज भक्ति देशिक आचार्य ये प्रभुपाद के शिष्य कामा में रहते।
और भक्ति दर्शन आचार्य हमारे प्रभुपाद के शिष्य नहीं
ना,
ठीक है,
जाजावर मठ के शिष्य।
ठीक है।
अभी उनका पिता,
इन्होंने राज पंचायत वो किया था जिन्होंने, वही वाले हैं।
हाँ हाँ
ठीक।
अच्छा, उन्होंने जब मौत में प्रसाद लिया तो उनका पिता उनको बोला बंकिम तो उनका हाथ में खाया। किनको हाथ में? वो भी जाजावर मठ के शिष्य बना, उनका ही छात्र था, वो भी पंचतीर्थ 5 सब्जेक्ट में वो शास्त्री है। लेकिन वो था वो ब्रह्म जो अग्रदान लेता है, जानते हैं इसको? तो वो जो है उनका हाथ में जो कुलीन ब्राह्मण है
वो लोग लेता नहीं,
वो लेता नहीं, उसको पानी भी लेता नहीं। तो बोलता है बंकिम तुमने उसको परिवेशन किया महाराज जी को शिष्य। तो उन्होंने बोला तुमने उनका हाथ में कर। उन्होंने बोला मैं वैष्णव का हाथ में ही लिया। उत्तर समझा? क्या समझा?
हम ये देखा नहीं कौन, क्योंकि वैष्णव होने से ही तो हो गया।
हाँ, वैष्णव होने से ही उसमें वो सब जातित्व तो चला जाता है। वो जो बोलते हैं ना सपो चोपी द्विजो श्रेष्ठ हरिभक्ति
परायण।
हरिभक्ति परायण कैसे जाना ना, गुरुदेव ने एक्सेप्ट किया, जब ही तो उनको ये किया, एक्सेप्ट दिया। तो बात होता है ये जो विचार जब आपको आ जाएगा तो आपको उसमें होगा। उस वक्त इथे न बाधिबे तुम्हार विषय तरंग। और फिर बोला जाने देखो तारे को कृष्ण उपदेश আমার আজ্ঞায় गुरु হইয়া तारो यही देश। मैं आज्ञा देता हूँ, गुरु बन के सब कुछ। अब बताओ, बहुत बात बोल दिया, अभी इसको अनुवाद करो। याद है तो सर?
प्रयास करता हूँ, धीरे धीरे आ जाएगा, क्योंकि सब Maharaj is saying that he has spoken so many things. Whether I will be able to recollect everything or not, I am doubtful, but still I will try my level best to first speak whatever is in my memory. Sometime it comes like after, so I will try to speak afterward also. So the question was being asked that we were hearing the meaning of Om, Vishnupad, Ashtottar Shat, and then Goswami, Maharaj, all these words. So that's why related to that subject matter, there is another clarification was required. So we use these words Bhagavat, Mahabhagavat, Param Bhagavat, or Nitya Siddh Parikar of the Lord. So the question was being asked that what is the meaning of Bhagavatam in this context when we use it for the devotees. Even though we hear again and again that Bhagavat is of two kinds. One is Granth Bhagavat, means book Bhagavat, and another is Bhakt Bhagavat, devotees who are Bhagavatam, whose life itself is Bhagavatam.
Now devotees who are Bhagavat, they follow the teachings of the Bhagavat.
So those devotees who follow the teaching of Bhagavatam, they are known as Bhakt Bhagavatam. So the question was being asked, what is the real meaning of Bhagavat itself? So Maharaj mentioned the meaning of Bhagavat is that thing which is related to the Lord. That thing which is related to the Lord belongs to Him is known as Bhagavat. Why? Because when we say Bhagavan, in that word itself, like we are hearing again and again from Maharaj, from Gurudev, from Srila Swami Maharaj, what is the meaning of Bhaga? Bhaga means who is having all six opulences in full form.
Now, Bhaga means all name. Bhagavan means Oishadya, wealth, and Bhagavan, वो है वो
possessor of that. भग का अर्थ हुआ केवल ऐश्वर्य. उसके अंदर बाकी जो पांच हैं उनको सबको एक साथ ला करके भग इति बोलते ना. तो वो सारे के सारे उसके अंदर जिसमें ये छह चीजें संपूर्ण रूप में हैं उसका नाम भगवान. ठीक. So a personality who is having all these six opulences in full fledged, that personality is known as Bhagavan. Like in Sanskrit or in Hindi we have words Dhanvan, means a personality who possesses so much wealth, he is known as Dhanvan. And a personality who is Vidvan, a personality who knows so many things, who is learned person, is known as Vidvan. So Bhagavan, this word also is having two syllables in it, Bhag and Van. So Bhag means a personality who is having these six opulences in full form. He is known as possessor of these 6 things is known as Bhagavan. So Bhagavat is also coming from this word Bhagavan. Bhagavat means a personality, Bhag, and a personality who is well aware about everything which is related to him, related to Bhag. He is known as Bhagavat. It may be in the form of scripture or it may be in the form of person. So person Bhagavat or scripture Bhagavat. So that's why this is the literal meaning of Bhagavat. So then Srila Maharaj was mentioning that this Bhagavat word is used for all kind of devotees. Like we say Kanishta Bhagavat, then Madhyam Bhagavat, then Uttam Bhagavat. Here the meaning of Kanishta Bhagavat means Kanishta Bhakta, then Madhyam Bhagavat means Madhyam Bhakta, Uttam Bhagavat means Uttam Bhakta. So this Bhagavat word here is same as Bhakta. Then Srila Maharaj started explaining that what is the definition being given by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami as well as in Srimad Bhagavatam, that who is known as Kanishta Bhagavat. Then he was mentioning that who is known as Kanishta Bhagavat, a person, a devotee who is having full faith in the deity form of the Lord, and he is always busy thinking about service to the deities, but he is not having any inclination to serve the devotees of the Lord. He is having no inclination at all. So at the same time Maharaj was mentioning one another thing, that this person will not worship any other personality except Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. He will not worship any demigod, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, or Durga, Devi, Surya or Ganesh. All these personalities he will not be worshipping at all. He will be worshipping only the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then and only then he will be known as even Kanishta Bhakta, the lower grade of devotee. Otherwise, if he is having faith in the worship of Surya, Ganesh or anybody else, at the same time worshipping Krishna also, he will not be even known as Kanishta Bhakta. After that, Srila Maharaj started explaining who is known as, in Chaitanya Charitamritam it has been mentioned that Krame, step by step,
Jahar Komal Shraddha se Kanishta Jan,
Jahar Komal Shraddha se Kanishta Jan, a personality, a person who is having very very soft faith. His faith is like can shake at any moment. This kind of person, when this is known, he is known as Kanishta Bhagavat, but Krame, step by step, if he is associating with the devotees, worshipping the deity form of Lord with firm faith, then what happens, that step by step he will also become Uttam Bhagavat.
No, Madhyam, then Uttam.
Step by, उसमें श्लोक में जो आया पहले आ गया क्रमे है से ही
तेहो भक्तो होइबे
उत्तम. तो इसका अनुवाद करके फिर बताऊंगा कि उसके बीच में कौन सा आता है. So in that verse itself it has been mentioned that that person who is having his very very soft faith, step by step he also comes to a stage where he becomes Uttam Bhagavat. Then Srila Maharaj was explaining that there is missing link in between, which is been completed by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami by saying that there is one another stage in between Kanishta Bhagavat and Uttam Bhagavat. And what is that? That is Madhyam Bhagavat. And then what is the symptom of Madhyam Bhagavat? At this point Srila Maharaj started mentioning that Madhyam Bhagavat means who is having love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At the same time he is having Prem Maitri, he is having friendship, he is having Sakhya Bhav with those who are having the same intention, same mood. He considers them as his Mitra, means friend. He is having Mitrata, friendship with them. At this point, Srila Maharaj started mentioning what is the real meaning of mitrata, maitri, friendship. The real meaning of friendship means when two people, they are having same desire, same goal. Like if he sees that this person, he is chanting Harinam, so then desire develops in the heart of another person also, that I will also chant Harinam. Then he sees that this person, he does not take onion, garlic or tea or this and that, I will also follow this. So when a person, he wants to follow somebody and feels that whatever he does, I also want that, I want to follow this thing with great sincerity, then and only then they are known as friends. It is having no consideration of age, caste, creed or anything. But if the intentions are same and a person is desiring, then they are known as friends. This is called Maitri. Prem Maitri. This kind of Maitri, Madhyam Bhagavat will be always looking forward, that from where I can get inspiration. Like I like to become like that person, I want to be friend of this person, I want to be known by like his identity, that what is my identity, I am his friend. So all these things will come in the heart of Madhyam Bhagavat. Then Prem Maitri, Kripa, he will be merciful. To whom? He will be merciful to those who are Balish. Balish means those who are Agya, those who don't know so many things, so many revealed truths of the scriptures, who is having not so much knowledge. Then what he will be doing? By seeing that kind of person with very simple heart, with like thinking that well-being of that person, he will be giving his time, spending his time, revealing his heart, whatever he has learned, he will be giving to that person. So this is called Kripa, Prem Maitri Kripa, and his Kripa will be for those who are ignorant, not that they are offenders or anybody, no. He will be those who are really sincerely inquiring to get progress in the path of bhakti or want to enter into the path of bhakti properly, so he will be always helping them. So this is called Kripa, Prem Maitri Kripa. And then Upeksha, fourth thing is Upeksha is another quality. What is that? Upeksha means neglecting somebody or becoming indifferent, avoiding somebody is called Upeksha. So Maharaj was saying that in neglecting somebody is also considered Kripa, mercy. Why? Because if a person is like turning as an offender, or if a person is completely disobedient, he is not like surrendered, he is arrogant or cunning, so to avoid such a person is also mercy. Why? If one will not do that, then what will happen? This person slowly he will become more and more poisonous and accumulating more and more offenses, by which he will meet with so many pitfalls. So to protect him from the pitfall, it is better not to give him even chance to make any kind of offense. So that's why that is also called mercy. So Srila Maharaj was mentioning, except prem, there are three other things which we have heard, the qualities of Madhyam Bhagavat, all are known as Kripa. Prem, Maitri is also Kripa in the form of like if can say like a great personality, he wants to give his association to us, and we are also becoming very sincere to accepting that, that is called Kripa. In which respect it has been like applicable in very different way. In this regard, I remember Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj one like Harikatha. He was mentioning once that when Srila Prabhupada on his appearance day, he was like calling out all his disciples that Vipad Uddharan Bandhu, Uddharak.
Vipad Uddhar Bandhav.
Vipad Uddharak Bandhav. विपद उद्धारक बांधव.
बांधव का
अभी बताता हूँ, आपको वाला ही बताता हूँ जो आपसे सुना हुआ है. So Srila Prabhupada, he addressed all the audience as Vipad Uddharak Bandhav.
Vipad, all the audience, all the disciple audience.
Okay, so no, all the audience, and in the audience most of the people over there was his disciples. So he is addressing Vipad Uddharak Bandhav. Vipad means when one is in danger, one is suffering, so that is called Vipad. Vipad Uddharak. Uddharak means those who can take me out of this situation, those who can deliver me. Vipad Uddharak Bandhav. Bandhav means, the simple translation of this word itself is also friendship, friends. But Srila Maharaj, he speaks one verse in which it is been mentioned that the meaning of Mitra is also literally translated as friend. Mitra is different, Bandhu is different, and Sakha is different, and Bandhav is different. Srila Maharaj mentions one after another, like he was mentioning only Mitra today, who is known as Mitra, who is having the same intention. He is known as Mitra, means friend. And then he mentions in detail about the Bandhav, who is known as Bandhav. He mentions that like gopis, they are addressing Krishna as Bandhav. Bandhav Krishna kare vyadhir achar, means, O Krishna, we used to consider you as our Bandhav. Bandhav means a personality, a person, does not matter whatsoever may happen, even though like he comes to know that I am criticizing him, he comes to know that I have stole something from his pocket, or he knows that, oh, I am planning to kill him or whatsoever, but the relationship does not at all brings any kind of bitterness in the heart. So that kind of relationship is known as the relationship of Bandhav. Whereas friendship, like if you are willing to follow the same mood, if I want to follow, then you are my friend, otherwise not. But Bandhav, like gopis, they are saying that, oh Krishna, you can do whatever you want. If you like to stay in Dwarika, you can stay. If you are pleased by not giving darshan, you can be there. We are more pleased by having no darshan of yours in that situation. So does not matter whatever circumstances may be, if a fellow friend is able to accept it with full sincerity, then it is known as Bandhav. So then Maharaj gives detail of all these things. I think we have shortage of time, so I will not be going into the detail at this time. So Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he is mentioning that Srila Prabhupada addressed all his disciples that Vipad Uddharak Bandhav, that, oh, you are my Bandhav, means doesn't matter how wrong I will be, doesn't matter what I will be doing, you will always be, you are always there to protect me. That is my firm conviction, that is my firm faith. So Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj is saying that by these words, what we can conclude? He is mentioning that Srila Prabhupada, why he is saying something like that, very strange to his disciples, that they can save him from like so many sufferings, so many pitfalls. Is it proper to say like that for such a great personality? And he is saying yes, it is 100% correct. Why? He is giving the reason that because Srila Prabhupada, he came with a mission in this world on the order of Srimati Radhika and on the order of Sri Krishna, and he wants that all those personalities, all those people, those who have come to him, they should understand his message, because the service has been given by Srimati Radhika, and he wants that everybody should understand as soon as possible, so that he can return back to in the service of Srimati Radha and Krishna. So that's why he is saying that, oh, if you don't accept it, then I am in pitfall, I am in danger. So please accept as soon as possible, so that I can go again in the services what I am doing. So in that way, this is been, like he is saying, this is the way which we can see that why he is saying Vipad Uddharak Bandhav. Over there the meaning of Vipad is completely different what we think. So why we started speaking about this topic? Because Prem, Maitri, Kripa, even though Maitri means great personality, he is thinking that, oh, this is the Kripa of my disciple if he follows the path which I am following. Clear what we are speaking about? So that's why it is known as Kripa. Then another Maharaj was mentioning Prem, Maitri, Kripa. Kripa is Kripa, we know, mercy, he is becoming like he is giving his access completely to those who are agya, don't know so many things. Prem, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. Upeksha is also, Maharaj was mentioning that is also Kripa. We have heard about it. So in this regard, he was mentioning, recollecting so many things of Srila Swami Maharaj, our Gurudev Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and then my Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. One after another, he was speaking about so many different details. So regarding Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, first he was mentioning that Sundar Prabhu can give me any click, like he was speaking about Srila Swami Maharaj. Just one little thing. आपने शिला स्वामी महाराज जी के विषय में बताया था, कौन सी बात को, कुछ मेरे एक सेकंड बाद आने से हम बोल दूंगा पूरा का पूरा. Okay, first I speak what he was speaking about our Gurudev, that Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Once we were mentioning in the class that how Srila Gurudev, whenever he used to go to the western countries, at that time one of his disciples from Jaipur, I don't know his full name but I know Gupta ji, K.K. Gupta, Krishna Kant Gupta, he used to bring Govind Dev Prashadam as well as his mala, Govind Dev's mala for Gurudev to give. Most of the time we saw that just on the day when Srila Gurudev will go, he brings all the time. Like he used to feel like once Gurudev mentioned him that, oh, you have brought this, I feel that, oh, Govinda Dev's full recommendation is there that yes, I can go on his mission. So he kept this verse in his mind and he used to come all the time and bring Prasad and Mala. So one day in Gopinath Bhavan, early in the morning, just after Mangal Arati, so many brahmacharis were there in the room of Srila Gurudev, and this person came early in the morning because Gurudev was about to leave in 10 or 15 minutes. Gurudev was chanting and brahmacharis were just there like paying their obeisances, speaking with him, and this person, he brought Prashadam and Mala. Gurudev accepted this Mala, took Prashadam little bit and then distributed among those who were there. And after that Srila Gurudev, because he was chanting Harinam, and again he started chanting Harinam. So one person who was there, even though he was his god brother, but that person, he said, oh Maharaj, you have touched this Prashadam, you distributed, you ate also, but you have not washed your hand before chanting. You again started chanting. So Srila Gurudev immediately mentioned that, oh, when you don't remember that you have not washed your hands, it's not a problem when you are fully absorbed in something. But if this thought even comes in the mind that, oh, you have not washed your hand, how can you touch? Then you are supposed to wash it first, then and only then you can go forward. So Maharaj was mentioning that who can have this adhikar. So it is very clear. He was mentioning the name of like Srila Narayan Maharaj. He mentioned that he was in such a absorption, he was in such a adhikar that he can say something like that. But if a person who is having not like who has not reached to this stage, he cannot say that. So in the same way, upeksha, madhyam bhagavad, what upeksha, neglecting devotees, that is also kripa, that we cannot just say that, oh, because I don't like this person, I am neglecting him and this is my kripa to him. It is not that. One should have that qualification also, one should have that adhikar also, then and only then he can say, otherwise not. Then he was mentioning another story of Srila Bhakti Kamal Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj. Mayapur ki wo ghatna hai? Okay. So in Mayapur, when the deities were installed in the mutt of Srila Bhakti Kamal Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, at that time the deity installation ceremony was being held by my Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Maharaj was there with him in like assisting everything. And then Maharaj was mentioning because of his age as well as little bit faded memory, he used to take long time to complete everything in those that like in that period, in that at that time. So he was asking again and again to Maharaj that, oh, I have done this or not, I have completed this or not, can you tell? And so he was confirming again and again from him because of his age. And then Srila Maharaj was mentioning that he was very fast in doing everything because he was young at that time and remembered most of the things, and like performing yajnas very fast, because on the name of Shad Goswami or Nav Yogendras or
Sakhis,
all the Sakhis, everything was like completely like it was on the tongue, just there was no need to see the book at all, just one after another he was able to complete everything very fast. So at that time one special thing happened, that on the day of deity installation itself, because Guru Maharaj was taking little long time, so Srila Bhakti Kamal Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, what he did, he asked his devotees that whatever preparations are being made for Thakurji, rice, dal, sabji or whatsoever, you can keep for Thakurji in one, like you can just decorate for Thakurji whatever you want, just keep it separate and then start serving prasadam to the Vaishnavas. Why? Because I have learned up to now that by serving the Vaishnavas we get qualification to serve the Lord. So today, even though it is the day of deity installation, but what we will be doing, we will be serving Vaishnavas first, and by this what will happen, we will get eligibility to serve the Lord. So Maharaj mentioned that is it a simple statement? If one really thinks deeply about it, that how many people are having this firm conviction that yes, by serving the devotees Lord will become pleased with me and I will be getting entrance into the service of the Lord. Not most of the people. After serving first Thakurji, going everything to Thakurji first, then it will come to Vaishnavas. But over there Maharaj said, I saw this with my own eyes, that how much firm conviction was there in his heart that by serving Vaishnavas I will be getting qualification to serve the Lord. And then second thing he was mentioning, that whatever was there prasadam was being served, but then at that time like there are two different kind of rice are there. One rice is called atap and another is called siddha. There are two different kind of rice are there. Like in the farmers, what they do, that atap rice means they take from the farm and sell it into the market, and then siddha rice means that rice which they first boil for short time and then keep with themselves and then sell into the market. So those rice which are being cooked by them first, and again it will be like we will bring from the market and cook it again, so that is cooked two times, that is called siddha chawal. So that rice one like they don't offer to the Thakurji. Only atap rice which is directly coming from the farm without boiling first, that is being used for the service of Lord. So Maharaj was mentioning that of my Guru Maharaj's name and his name, that we always used to take only atap rice, means which is directly coming from the farm. भोग लेके जाना भोग हाँ इधर से नहीं ठीक है. Everybody should move little bit forward so that they can take bhoga for Thakurji. Even better to come here, 2-3 people can come here, this side. Move this. ठीक है वो नहीं আসছে দুইটাই नहीं আসছে. So Maharaj and my Guru Maharaj, they used to take only atap rice, never taking siddha rice which has been cooked 2 times. Because why they don't offer to Thakurji? Why? Because a thing which is being cooked in between 3 hours, only that thing can be offered to Thakurji. So that rice which was cooked before 6 months or 8 months once and again cooking, that cannot be offered to Thakurji. So that's why my Guru Maharaj and Maharaj, they used to take only atap rice. So but on that day Srila Bhakti Kamal Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, he was serving on siddha rice with his own hands, and then my Guru Maharaj was sitting over there, and when that rice was been given to him by Srila Bhakti Kamal Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj accepted that, even though that was siddha rice and he never used to take that. And then Maharaj, he looked at him and both they smiled that, oh, today what we are going to do. Then my Guru Maharaj mentioned that, oh, today it is coming from the hand of a Vaishnava, that's why it's not a problem at all. There is no need to consider even anything else. So Maharaj was saying that how many people are having that conviction. Whatever conviction they have in their heart, they always go with that. But here is one another consideration. He was mentioning that in the Shastras, so many things are being written. In the Shastras, it is written that something is considered improper. And what is that? Can say like in the Seva Aparadha. There is one thing which is been mentioned is don't offer anything to Lord which is being seen by somebody else, which is not touched by anybody or taken by anybody else. That those kind of things cannot be offered to the Lord. That is Seva Aparadha if you do that. But then Srila Maharaj was mentioning that the Sakhas of Krishna in Braj, what they do? They are eating first. If they like it a lot,
they are not eating, tasting.
If they like it, then what they do? They immediately think that it is for the service of Krishna, better to give him. So is it not offense? So Srila Maharaj was saying that because they are in such a adhikar, they are in such a position that for them it will be offense if not giving their uchishta. Opposite. It will be opposite. So why? Because in the kingdom of love, what happens that if you are getting something very wonderful, tasty thing, then heart automatically wants to give that thing to a person to whom you love the most. So over there, their love is so powerful that surpassing all kind of rules and regulations. But if we do something like that, is it will be justified? Not at all. Why? Because we are not on that adhikar. Like Srila Maharaj was mentioning one another incident about my Guru Maharaj, that once he wanted to visit with some devotees in Bhubaneswar for darshans.
Bhubaneswar,
Sakshi Gopal, Bhubaneswar and so many other places. So Srila Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj used to say at that time, practically every year whenever he used to come, that I want to go for darshans. Why? It may be last year, because I am growing old and old and old. I may go anytime, so it is better go at least once for darshans. So Srila Maharaj even asked that please don't go with these people, but still he insisted, no, I want to go. And he went over there, and what happened that there were so many young people, those who spent their time in so many different other activities, and what happened that by the result of that the temple of Anant Vasudeva was closed. And there was no time to go over there. So everybody, they skipped that Anant Vasudev darshan and came to Jagannath Puri directly. And then Maharaj was mentioning that he did not drink any water or did not drink anything, eat anything at all. Why? Because I went over there for the darshan, but
darshan of Anant Vasudev.
Darshan of Anant Vasudev especially, and that was being skipped. So he was having that, how can I take anything? So with that mood he came here and asked Maharaj that, if possible, arrange Prashadam of Lord Jagannath. I will take that first, and then and only then I will eat or drink anything else. So Srila Maharaj mentioned that we arranged for Prashadam of Lord Jagannath, and it came here, and at that was the time of Chaturmasya. And in Jagannath Prashadam there is eggplants and so many other things also. So he said, I asked him that, Chaturmasya is going on, and then he mentioned that, this is Jagannath Prashad. So he said that, who can say that? If everybody starts saying like that, then what will be the glory of Chaturmasya? But those who are having their adhikar, those who are on that platform, they can say, and for them it's not a problem at all, but for so many others it may be a problem also. So in this way he was mentioning one after another so many incidents, that how it depends on one's adhikar, that something is justified for them and other thing is not justified for them. Like for sakhas, it is justified, they can give their uchishta, that is 100% correct, and on the other side those who are not qualified, if they do, that is wrong for them. So both things are in the Shastras. Depends on one's adhikar, when they are supposed to do and when they are not supposed to do. Some other things are also there which I think I am missing. but I will try to remember and speak tomorrow or whenever I find time. Maharaj is also saying that we can distribute prasad and go. So I have concluded in whatever way I remember.